Welcome back in my startup Bousquet Moog. We are entering progressively, I'm still Ben Piquard, and we are entering progressively the third model of this Moog. These videos are in Creative Commons, so feel free to share them. You can't make any money out of it, but you can use them as soon as you mention the source. The third module of our Moog is about being able to give a small short pitch in less than 30 seconds. Pitching one's idea of startup Haftar is a very important concept. It's something that you will have to do very often. We will see later in this MOOC how to pitch investors, for instance. But the very basic things you should be able to do is to pitch a simple 30-second version of your story. Now, what's a pitch in general? A pitch, an elevator pitch, elevator refer to the 30-second one. This is a short description of an idea, typically a project, here your startup project, that explain your idea in a way that anyone, any listener, is able to understand it in a short period of time. Why is it essential? Because as a startup entrepreneur, you will have to talk a lot about your project, and it will be a basic skills that you will have to use in many occasions. When you meet customer, when you meet influencer, when you meet journalist, when you meet potential new employee, exactly like you will need to be a specialist of business model, finance, marketing, etc. Pitch is basic skills of any entrepreneur today. And hey, be ready, you never know who you meet. The idea is at any time you should be able to give a short version story of your project. How does it work? 30 seconds, this is both very long and very short. You cannot invent on the spot a 30-second pitch. This is something you need to think about before, make it structurally coherent, and you should be able to deliver it like this. The goal of a 30-second pitch is really not to tell everything, but to create enough exciting, enough interest to get your audience attention. You should maybe have 2 or 3 versions of your 30-second pitch, depending who you talk to. If you meet a journalist, if you meet an investor, if you meet an employee, if you meet a potential customer, maybe you should get 3, 4 different versions of your pitch. The pitch of 30 seconds has no, and the 5 minutes and the half an hour, no pitch must contain everything. You should catch attention. The goal of the pitch is to make the things right, to give a first interesting idea and to move to the next phase. A 30-second pitch, the ambition is to get attention and be able to have a next meeting. Pay a lot of attention to the non-verbal. In a 30 second it's true, in a 5 minutes it becomes more important. The way you talk to people makes a lot of your communication. And in 30-second pitch, you should not need any PowerPoint. You should be able just to deliver it like this, which is not true for a 5-minute pitch, we'll see it later, or for a longer pitch, where I personally strongly recommend to use PowerPoint, because half of the people are more visual and half of the people are more listeners. And as you do not know who you talk to, in a longer pitch, it's very useful to combine visual and non-visual talk. But for a 30-second pitch, you should get a story ready that you can just deliver like this with no slide. Now, what's the structure of a good 30-second pitch? First of all, you need to have a good understanding of what you want to do. That's why we first have spent some time on the business model canvas, and we will come back a lot on defining precisely what's your business and what you intend to do. For me, a good 30-second pitch should contain a certain number of elements. For instance, you should give your project name and what it's about. You should say to who you sell, who are your customer segment, who is buying the thing you sell, so the product and services. It should express why people buy it, what's the pain, maybe some kind of uniqueness, why you, and maybe some item on your business model. It's a lot and it's very short. Let's take some example. Babysitter.eu, this is the name, is a website, is a platform, okay? For who? For bilingual parents, okay? The pain who are looking for last-minute babysitter in the neighborhood. This is the problem you try to fix. Why are you unique? Our babysitters are certified and we are already present in 60 large cities. And in terms of business model, you don't give detail, but you say parent purchase a subscription. And with the word subscription, we understand that you get some kind of recurrent revenue. You see, very, very short story, just the right detail, and it gives a good understanding of what babysitter is. We don't know a lot, but we know enough to know if we want to learn more. Other example, how to structure a good 30-second pitch. You should say, your name, project is, and what is this? It's a store, it's an e-shop, it's a manufacturer, it's a service provider, it's a franchise, it's a platform, it's a website, it's an importer, it's a broker, non-profit, cooperative. There are various kind of company. By putting yourself in a kind of company, you help also to well understand what kind of company you are. Martin.be is a service provider company targeting freelance worker overwhelmed with red tape and who cannot afford a full-time office manager. Martin.be provides Exterim, a unique concept based on part-time employer. We have a franchise model. As you know, we do not explain the concept of Exterim. It's an invitation to talk to you more. But we basically understand that you provide services for freelance worker. Harley-Davidson. Harley-Davidson is a motorbike manufacturer targeting bikers doing their comeback, 40, 50. It could be men, it could be women. And the pain that Harley-Davidson is providing is looking for freedom. More than bike, Harley-Davidson is a way of life and a community. We make money based on motorbike, but also on brand merchandising. As you see, you start to understand that Harley-Davidson is not just a motorbike. This is something more. And you see how powerful a 30-second pitch may be. IKEA. IKEA design, manufacture, and sell furniture to a large number of customers who are price and style sensitive. Our products are made, why are we unique, of standard component and ready to assemble. Our business model is based on production and sales optimization, and so on and so on. So, what do I expect from you now? I expect you to tell me your startup pitch in 30 seconds. Babysitter.ee is a website for what's your customer segment, what's the pain you address, give me some hint on how you are unique and tell me what's your business model, or give me some insight on your business model. Very, very important. It's a pretty complex exercise. If you can do a 30-second pitch, probably you already have a good idea of your positioning. If you cannot do that, go back to BMC, look really to what's unique, what makes you special, because if you're not special, we'll see it in the next chapter, you probably get a problem to get long-term high-quality customers, okay? Working properly on this, it's 1% luck, 90% work. Post your pitch online, try them, ask your friend, make small video like this one, but post it on YouTube, get people feedback from your friends on Facebook. It's very interesting to hear, and don't be worried that anyone would steal your idea. Most of the idea, as we have seen it in the previous chapter, get value by how they get executed, not by the idea. Thank you very much. This is already the end of this short chapter, but you have a serious homework to do. So I really wish you a good work. Thank you.